So I have a few of these stories about cutting friends off that were in 50-50 relationships. Every time I say like an old friend of mine or something has been in like a 50-50 relationship, it's more been like 80%, 80-20. Like they do 80% of everything and then the dude like does like 20. Like it's never 50-50.
All on me, spend it, baby, spend it. Shopping spree, Chanel, please.
I haven't done a story time in forever. I don't want to say, because I know it probably seems my stories are like, oh my gosh, no, you're always falling out with somebody. First off, these story times are old. I hate that I have to say this, but these story times are older. So yeah, this happened back in the day, but also I am not opposed to cutting no friends off. And let me tell you this, I am not the type of woman, and you like, I mean, ask anybody, I'm not the type of woman to keep forgiving a man, and don't forgive my friend. That, you know what? I think that's why I have like a zero tolerance when I see my friends keep taking the same nothing ass man back. Because my tolerance be here. They be like, oh my God, what happened to what's the name? Oh my God, really, you moved? I don't always tell you. Like, what's that Maya song? I'm moving on. Like, no, for real. Like, I don't stay where I'm not welcomed. I don't stay where it's not loved. You know what offends me is I have a Patreon. I have a Patreon with dating advice on it. Proven dating advice. Storytime is forever. I don't even remember how they go. Dang, I think I need to straighten it for this. You guys, I'm just gonna do a quick little one. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. My makeup looks wavy. I had a friend, we're gonna call her Kiki, right? Alright, so I met Kiki because I was working downtown Dallas, right? And when I was working downtown Dallas, my company that I was working for, y'all, this is a true story. It was winter and the heat was not working. Like it was freezing cold because there was a warehouse attached to the office. So the warehouse was freezing. The freezing cold was coming over to the office. So I literally so my company was like cool with the company that was across the street. And they were like, hey, we have this employee who just cannot stand to be cold. Who can? But let me tell you something. I don't care about being anemic. I don't care about none of that stuff. When it's cold, it's cold. So they sent an email to the company across the street and they told them, oh, we have an employee and she can't stand to be cold. So is it okay if she comes over there and works there? Because I had a laptop. And so that she doesn't have to freeze. And the company was like, yeah, you know, like, she can definitely come over here and work with us or whatever. Because they were literally gaslighting me. Because everybody was like, they would send work emails and people would be like, no, it's not cold. It's perfect. It's not cold. Like literally, you guys, it was below zero. I wore 37 jackets. I'm getting somewhere with this story. I go across the street. I start working there for a little bit. And I meet Kiki. Now, Kiki, just like me, was the only black queen. Ooh, this came out good. The only black queen that was working for her company at the time. And when I met her, like we hit it off and you know, we started like text messaging out of work or whatever. And her company was kind of like my company, the company I work for as well. They were super unique in like the way that they did things. And they were just super lax and like everything was fun and games. But let me tell you guys something. The story. One time, my little brother had came down and he was visiting me for the summer. And this is before he lived with me. And he was visiting me. And the company I was working for, like, so I was working in the office. My little brother would like wander around the building, right? And one day I was like, where is he? You know, like I text him like, where are you? You know? And I go back there and they have my little brother doing child labor in that warehouse. And that's not cool. And you're gonna pay my little brother for the work that he did. And they got him Chick-fil-A, but still, like, I should have called the NCAA on them. NCAAP. The NCAAP. You know who I should have called on them. That's exactly who I should have called on them because they have my little brother working back there with no type of union or nothing. But anyway, so me and old girl, we hit it off or whatever. We start hanging out and stuff like that. And there was this one restaurant that we both love to go to. It's fast food. It's called Velvet Taco. Stuff like that. We go to Velvet Taco, right? And while we're at Velvet Taco, there's a guy there, and he's picking up a Uber Eats order, right? Like he's Uber Eats, and he's picking up an order from Velvet Taco to deliver it, right? Okay, cool. Stay with me right here. While he's picking up the order and whatnot, my friend Kiki, she's like, we're gonna call him Shane. So Shane sees Kiki, he sees me and Kiki or whatever, right? And the red flag to me is initially Shane asked for my number. And I mean, you know what? I don't think I'm better than nobody. But at the same time, I think I'm better than a lot of shit.
Because what woman want a man who don't have any money?
And I know that some women, specifically black women, think like, oh, well, you know, he could be an Uber Eats driver, but he really could own like a BMW dealership and he's just doing that as a side. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? Anyone here out there that other, I see you for what you are right now. And right now he was a Uber driver, so I ignored him. And then Kiki was like, oh, he's kind of cute, blah, 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 whatever. That was the end of that. Like, I'm just telling y'all, so y'all see what happened. Shane came up to me. I didn't give him my number. He didn't ask for Kiki's number. So, boom. A few days goes by, and she comes. So by this time, they fixed it. After my job finished gaslighting me, they fixed the heater finally, and they were like, once they had fixed the heater, they were like, oh, let me see. I'm sorry. Okay, so I went back to work. So I guess Kiki missed me, so she pops up in my job with Velvet Taco, which is my shit. So she's like, oh, let's go to lunch together or whatever. Velvet Taco on me, and she had Velvet Taco in her hands. We sat in her car with the heater on, of course. And, okay, boom. This will be cute. Wait, is this a new style that I just invented? Wowzer. Wow. Kiki's like, girl, guess what? She was like, when I just went up to Velvet Taco, I saw old boy again, Shane. I'm like, really? She was like, yeah. Keep in mind, I just want to put this out here. Me and Kiki both have excellent jobs. And I'm pretty sure Kiki was making more money than me at the job that she was at. So I'm just putting that out there. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, and she was like, yeah, and he asked for my number and I gave it to him. And girl, like, I didn't care. I was like, oh, wow, okay. Anyway, so after that, they start dating and they become inseparable. Like, really, really inseparable. Like, every single day, he's bringing her, like, different type of food. And she basically gets love bombed by, like, fast food, which is upsetting because, like, girl, it's the bare minimum. But yeah, every single day, I'm not gonna lie, every single day, he was bringing her food. She's like, oh, I'm not used to being treated like this. He's so sweet. And even the people at my job was like, oh my God, they're so cute, blah, blah, blah. And even one of my manager, was like, that could have been you. Like, could have been me. What? Getting fast food that I already get on my own? Like, it gets weird. Now they've been dating for about 5 months. And all the red flags start to show. Honestly, the red flags for me were showing in the beginning, but I don't want to make this story time too long. Shane stops Uber eating, and he gets a job at the warehouse my company's warehouse. Okay? How did he get the job in my company's warehouse? Is because, again, they were so cool. My company was so cool with their company that when they had job listings, they would send it to the company across the street. So she saw the job listing and was like, oh yeah, you should work here. My homegirl works there. It's such a good company, which it is. And well, which it was. And he starts working there. So this is 5 months in, you guys, and he's probably been working there for about, I don't know, like a month. He only had been working there for like a month. And he was always late, and he was never on time, and again, it had nothing to do with me. But for some reason, so, and you know, it has to be a black thing, because they were looking at me like that was my cousin or something. I don't know this man. I met that girl because y'all sent me across the streets. Okay? Let's talk about that. So I'm friends with her because of you guys. But their relationship had nothing to do with me. They would literally be asking me like, oh, yeah, have you seen Shane? He's running late. Ask the warehouse manager. I don't know this man.
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is.
So eventually he gets fired, right? And when he gets fired, she is literally trying to ask me for me to ask them to get his job back. And I was like, no, he needs to go find another job himself. And why is he always freaking late? That's what I was telling her. I was like, this is weird as fuck. I'm not about to help you do this. Like, you know? And then it started just becoming in between our friendship, because again, I tell my sisters everything. Sorry, not sorry. But when my sisters heard what was going on, they were the same. I kid you not, they were the same way as me. Like, okay, are you and Kiki even cool anymore? Like, it was becoming like a rift between us. Then the worst possible thing that could happen happened. She got pregnant. And when she got pregnant, let me tell you what this dude did. Instead of him getting a regular job, okay, this is like 6 months in and she's pregnant, right? When she got pregnant, instead of him getting a regular job, he decides to become a club promoter, okay? He decides to become a club promoter, and then he moves in with her. And then I tell her, I'm like, girl, he should not be moving in with you, because I just kept telling her, like, this is like the worst thing. Like, you know how when you think of like all the bad possible things that can happen, I'm like, you know, like this is bad.
This is the worst.
This is the worst.
This is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And let me tell you guys something. This man don't even have no clothes or nothing. I'm not even trying to like talk shit about nobody. Like, he didn't have any clothes. He didn't have anything. I'm sorry, this part won't even let me curl it. So yeah, when he moved in, he had like one crate of stuff. He didn't really have any clothes. And she like took him shopping. I'm like, shouldn't y'all be shopping for the baby? But nevertheless, he was not helping her pay no bills whatsoever. Her car breaks down, because I'm going to try to speed this story along. So basically, when her car had broke down, I was giving her rides to work. Now, keep in mind, we know he's an able-bodied person and he has a vehicle because she met him when he was Uber eating. But for some reason, he was like, he can't wake up in the morning to take her to work because he clubs promotes, you know? So he's like, oh, I'm out all night. I can't wake up to take you to work. And I would have to be on my way to work. I would pick her up or whatever, which I didn't have a problem with. It's just like, you guys, I hate when I see friends or like people that I just know could do better. I just know she could do better than this. And it was like right before my eyes, her life was falling apart. Like literally, it was literally falling apart. And I was like, I don't like this for you. You know, when I was getting her to work and stuff like that, it was cool. Like, I didn't have an issue with it. She would give me a bunch of fucking gas money that I didn't even ask for. Gas money, like, it's literally on the way. But of course, I took gas money here and there. I am ordering Uber Eats off of her phone because my Uber Eats account had got like, what do you call that? Whatever. I wasn't able to access it for a while or whatever. That's a whole different story. And I'm on her phone, and a message comes up and it's Shane, and Shane is like, I don't know why you're giving that B word gas money. If she's your friend, she would do it for free. So I hand her the phone and I say, oh, look at the message you just got. And she was like, it's like her face was like kind of shocked when she looked at her phone. But the thing is, in my dismay, her face was not shocked because of what he said. Her face was shocked because she said, why am I going through her messages? Keep in mind, the message popped up and I tried to click it off. You know how iPhones do, and I clicked on the message and went into the messages. So I wasn't just reading her messages. But anyway, so her reaction told me everything that I needed to fucking know, you guys. I knew, I was like, okay, this is where this is going. And I got my food, and then I text her and I'm like, hey, do you want to, you know, talk about the message? Because like, I just don't like him calling me out my name. And also, I might not need to wind this. No, let me just barrel curl this. And the barrel curl that I have is called Hot Tools Professional, and I got it from TJ Maxx. It was like, you want to have a conversation or whatever. She texted me a long message, and she's like, I'm pregnant. I'm going through a lot of things right now, and I don't need this extra stress.
Girl, shut the fuck up. You thought you ate that?
As if nigga that she with was not the extra stress. So, long story short, we really just stopped talking to each other. I stopped going across the street to her job, and eventually I ended up quitting that job. She has 2 kids with him now. I know that's for a fact. And they're not even together no more. Okay, this is gonna have to do, you guys, because I'm running late per usual. No, I know how influencers always be like, oh, I'm running late. No, I'm really, ask about me. I'm not proud of this, but ask about me. I stay running late. I hate seeing a bad bitch turn into a sad bitch over a nothing ass loser. And this is not the first time that this has happened to me. It's almost like I have, like, my trash radar is on. Because these women will literally try to convince me with my little tiny ways, convince me that there's no red flags, when the red flags were there from the very beginning. But anyway, you guys, thanks for watching my story time. I feel a little I didn't do too much on the hair, but don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell below. But if you don't want to date guys like that, join my Patreon. Join my Patreon for extra finesse tips, success stories, you want positivity. Yeah, except for my story time to be kind of ratchet. Whatever. Bye, you guys. I'm out. Love you guys. I'm going to be taking pictures tonight because this is the last night I'm going without taking pictures.